You know, when 2025 started, I didn't have like super high expectations for what Trump or this admin was going to do. And I don't know if this video is going to just be about Trump. It's more about just this late stage globalist hellhole that we live in right now. But a lot of this has to do with Trump because it's this boomer mindset that I'm just so tired of. You know, I've talked about how, you know, when the boomers go, we'll probably like miss them when they're gone kind of thing. Which I still think we will, because there's going to be a lot of lost knowledge. Whatever. They're not passing it on to us, so it's not like it really matters. But yeah, I didn't really have a lot of hope for what he was going to do. Like, I've known Trump is pro. I still have, I don't know what the code word to use for them. You know what I'm talking about. Them over there. The greatest, our best friends. All right, I haven't come up with a fun tag yet, but I'll figure out one. But you know, if you're paying attention at all, you know what I'm talking about. It's the one thing that our government always cares about. It's bipartisan at this point. You know, I started watching this series. It's really old. I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it. But it's called What in the World is Going On, essentially. I won't say the name. You know, he's one of the guy's mentors is pretty cringe. But I've seen 2 episodes now, and I don't agree with all of it, but it's pretty spot on, guys. It's pretty spot on, like, just the gravity of the situation that we're in. And these videos were made in 2012. I mean, my gosh. That wasn't even that long ago. 13 years ago. 2012, I remember the worst thing I was hearing about that year was that the Mayan calendar was ending so that we're all gonna die, right? That was like the big Hollywood global warming, but everybody laughed at it. See, that was the difference back then, is nobody took this shit seriously. But now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in the world anymore. I've tried for 5 years to figure this out, and I've figured some things out. But with that has come a lot of just disappointment, bitterness. You know, you guys might be watching this video after my birthday video that I made about me turning 37 this year. And yeah, it's just, I'm not where I thought I'd be in life at this point. Society's not what I thought it would be, you know. I've never been like a super go-getter, but I've always understood debt. I've always understood, you know, living within your means. I grew up, as you guys know, in a fairly conservative Christian family, you know. Mormon, so it is what it is, you know. But, you know, my parents, they instilled some good values in me. Especially my dad. My dad helped me quite a bit. You know, they're still boomers, but he helped me quite a bit when I was young, especially with like Obama and all that crap that was going on. He was never for this. But, you know, boomers as they are, this is kind of the theme of the video, right? The boomers can't get over the final boss, and again, we all know who that is. It's our friends over there, our greatest friends. And why does it matter so much about this? Because frankly, I could give a rat's ass about that piece of land over there, right? And I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in all of that. The Eucharist, all that stuff. I believe it. But I'm also not a dispensationalist. So this is just one of the biggest, this is one of the most clear-cut psyops ever. If you even pay attention to just a cursory history of Christianity, you could get over this. If you just learn about the Scofield Bible, it goes that deep. Just go learn about that. Just read about World War I, what that really was fought over. You know, Britain's deal with the devil, essentially. Lawrence of Arabia, just learn about it's not that much. They made a freaking Hollywood movie about Lawrence of Arabia. So yeah, I started off by mentioning Trump because we're over 100 days now. I just heard some announcement that tomorrow, I'm filming this May 5th. So you're going to probably watch this later on, because I schedule these out now. You know, I'm actually getting to a point where I feel like I'm making too many videos because they're getting way scheduled out. Maybe I'll have to do like extra videos. I don't know. I want to get more traction on the channel first. I haven't really seen the numbers that I've been wanting to see, so I'm just gonna keep pumping these out until I get the results. But yeah, so you'll already know he's announcing that the NFL draft is going to be in Washington, D.C. in 2027. Another thing that Trump just announced too is that he wants to, oh, this was so cringe, speaking of them, he wants to put tariffs on foreign film companies. I mean, hold on here. This book right here, guys. This book by Kenneth Lloyd Billingsley. Yeah, Billingsley. I read this like 3 years ago. This book tells you that everything McCarthy said was right. Okay? It always was them. Hollywood is run by them. Hollywood in its inception was a psyop. It was meant to destroy society through subliminal message. This is why, if you ever want to know why the boomers really are the way the boomers are, it's because their entire lives were lived on TV and through movies. They were the first generation. My dad talks about this all the time, about how when color TV, and the first show they ever watched was Batman, Adam West Batman, which, by the way, go read the behind the scenes things that went on during that, right? Because that was made during the peak of the sexual revolution, right? All the LSD and free love. So yeah, Trump is talking about, this is a concern, guys. He's talking about, we need to make sure that our propaganda is homegrown. You know, I wouldn't mind a little bit of Chinese propaganda at this point. I wouldn't mind a little bit of you know, maybe some Russian perspective films. Right? I'm getting kind of tired of the Hollywood perspective. Hollywood is in the midst of crashing and burning too. Again, this is the boomer in him. I don't know if he realizes this. You know, Disney sucks. They're announcing all these films. They're all gonna bomb. Nobody I talk to, I only have a couple normie friends that actually, like, I think I only have one friend that I can think of that actually is, like, enthusiastic about this stuff. And his excuse is always like, oh, I had comics as a kid, right? So like, he knows that it's crap. He just has, like, this habitual commitment to the Marvel slop, essentially. That's all it is. It's Disney. I mean, Snow White. If Snow White was indicative of anything, this is over. I mean, Rapunzel. They were going to cast that black chick from that Romeo and Juliet play. they're we was Kangsing everything. It's so obvious. So Hollywood's over, and that just really. I mean, again, I don't think this will matter, but Trump was. I mean, they shot at him. Okay. They put him through hell for 4 years. They raided his house at Mar-a-Lago. He's not doing anything. He's playing by the rules. And, you know, I will be more than happy to make a follow-up video if I'm wrong. But that's another thing. Since the election, from the right wing, all I've been being told is that I'm a black pillar because I wasn't immediately on board with Trump, right? Signing a billion executive orders in the first, like, 10 days. It's like, okay, you're signing these orders. I know how this works. You're going to sign the orders, and then the stupid courts are going to go after it, which is exactly what is happening. And they're just, like, playing along with this. You know, Stephen Miller, who I like, actually, in the Trump admin, he's another one. Like Pam Bondi, all these guys, they make the threats. Tom Homan, they're writing the checks, but they're not cashing them. They're talking a lot about, I mean, I think the numbers came out that Trump has only deported 160,000, something like that. And they were comparing it to Obama. And again, I don't know how propagandistic it is, but I guess Obama had deported like 3 million in his first 100 days. I don't know if that's true completely, but regardless of if the Obama thing's true, the 160 is not good, guys. That's crap. Biden let in, this is the conservative number, 15 million is what they're saying. But I was looking at a chart from like the 90s. It was like 1995 to 2025. Over 80 million immigrants have entered this country. So again, this is where the boomers just, they boomer. They think we live in the 90s. Like 80 million, that's significant. That is a significant number of people. So yeah, and then we don't even know how much Biden let in. Like I always say, it's probably more like 25, maybe 30 million, because he just left the border open for 4 years, and then you had idiots like Greg Abbott in Texas, and Ron DeSantis gets a fail here too, because they would bust them into the country. Like, oh, I made a video a long time ago. You know, if you guys want to see how much my views have changed in just 3 years. You know, I'm a lot more blunt now, but I thought it was like funny that, oh, they sent it to where Obama was. You think about it, you're like, no, they just sent them into the country, and now they can disperse into the sanctuary cities. I don't even know what I can say on YouTube too, because like I want to offer the solutions of what I think Trump should do, but you know, that might be grounds for going to, that's another thing too, tomorrow as well, Monday. I guess not tomorrow, like I said, it's May 5th filming this, because I have insomnia, so I don't sleep every night. They're going to vote on this bill, essentially, where you can be fined like $1 million or something. It's like crazy amounts of money for boycotting, you know, our friends over there. That's another thing about this Trump admin that's starting to just really, really chap my ass. Is it's like a little tick every time it happens. It's just they're even doing it with the deportation propaganda. They're trying to use this pro them. I don't want to say the word because again, they're literally talking about this in the halls of Congress and making this hate speech in America. Like, you can criticize your own country, but you can't criticize them. If that's not proof that we're an occupied government, I don't know what is. So, you know, I make these, I'm putting myself out on the line by even talking about this in Jeb. I just don't care anymore. I don't want to talk about football. I don't want to talk about movies. You know, I'm still going to do that, obviously, but they're not the most important issues, guys. Like, that's what I'm trying to get across here. I could just be speaking in the void. This channel may never gain traction again. I was looking through a lot of my old videos, and the other day, just kind of like reminiscing, because I started using the YouTube Studio app, which, like, you know, all these things. I talked to a good friend of mine. If he's watching this, he knows who he is. I won't name him in this, because but you know, I was getting some good advice from him, so, you know, I started looking into the YouTube Studio and the scheduling, and, you know, I still have pretty crappy equipment. This is a better phone than I had a year ago, but it's still a phone camera, so the video quality is not exactly what I wish it would be. And I don't have, as you see in the background, I don't have the greatest setup. You know, this isn't ideal. I wasn't prepared, like, equipment-wise to start doing this again, but I just don't care anymore. I need to talk about this. I have friends, but they're so normie. Most of my friends are so normie. Like, no, I'm not trying to, like, bash my friends, but nobody pays attention to this stuff, man. Nobody, they care, but they don't. And I'm seeing people just get depressed. I'm seeing people, all these things are happening in their lives that they just, like, have no clue why. They have no clue why. And I can't say anything because I'm a racist. I'm a sexist. You know, I'm anti-Semitic. You know, whatever I say, right? I don't want women to have rights. Blah, 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 blah. To be honest, I don't. The whole women's rights movement was a psyop. Women are more depressed now than ever. That's actually a video that I've got in the pipe for later. I was going to make it like a laughing video, but it's so depressing. I read through it. It's basically about adults in our government. They have, like, time allotted so that they can color in coloring books. Hard Bastards talked about this. This is what gave me the idea to make the video, but I won't talk about that because I'm going to make that later, but guys. So yeah, nothing's working. Nothing's working. I'm tired of trusting the plan, right? QAnon. I'm also tired of, I'm really tired of the red pill. I'm so tired of it. That has been completely psyoped, by the way. All they do is talk about Andrew Tate. Nobody, no self-respecting man that I've ever met gives a damn about Andrew Tate. We all know he's a pornographer. We all know what he did. Anyone that's paying attention. And he talks like this, and he gives your voice. You just got to go out and buy your Bugatti, man. You know, if it was a dude that looked better than the woman, I'm going to sleep with the dude. He's actually made that video. Like, did you know that? A lot of people don't know that. He literally said he would rather have sex with a dude that was pretty as opposed to, like, an ugly chick. And again, I think the support for him is completely and utterly astroturfed. They're just using this as a scapegoat, right? There's that movie that came out. It's another thing, that stupid movie that came out on Netflix that the UK government is completely astroturfing, called Adolescence. Incels. Just like everything about being a man is demonized. I don't understand. Like, I don't know how women expect this to go. Like, what's going to happen in 10 years? Like, I always bring this up. Like, when the boomers are dead, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Especially, and Jay Dyer's talked about this too. In Texas right now, they've got all these Islamic centers going up. So you're going to have all these foreign religions propping up all over. What are you going to do? You know, the enemy is already in the gates. This is what I mean about Trump. Where is the urgency? What are you doing? Like I said, I have some solutions. I have. This would be very fixable, but, you know, I don't think it's YouTube friendly. By the way, I do have an Odyssey channel. I'm considering, I don't have a Rumble channel anymore because they deleted it, but I'm considering making like Odyssey exclusives. But I'm trying to get the YouTube thing going. But you know, if I get enough of a following here, I'm gonna highly consider that, because then I can just say whatever the hell I want. But I don't know. I don't even know who the audience of these videos are now, because I've got 700 odd subscribers, but a lot of you guys are probably just here for the Eagle stuff. You know, most of you probably don't watch anymore, so it is what it is. But I'm just fed up, man. I'm fed up with this. I'm tired of being called a black pillar, you know. It's time to black pill. That doesn't mean that you give up. That just means that it's time to face reality. It's time to grow up and realize the situation that we're in. Now, that's enough. Nobody can get jobs. I'm on LinkedIn right now just applying to jobs every day. Can't get a job. Just get the rejection emails. Gone over my resume like a million times. I have no clue what it is. You know, I worked for a political company last year. Probably is that. It's probably that I'm a man. It's probably that I voted for Trump, right? It's probably literally just that basic fact. And these are not like prestigious jobs. These are like $15 an hour type jobs. Like, I'm literally just trying to get like entry level positions. And it also could just be the economy, because Trump, he completely blundered the tariff thing. I agree with Academic Agent. I don't think this is going to go well. Because, yeah, you read Art of the Deal, which I did. That's a book I read. Basically, all it is a bluff. You try to, it's called the big ask. So you try to bluff them, knowing you're not going to get what you want. But then what it is like you're here. So you raise the bar here, and then it comes to like here, and that's where you negotiate. But that's not what happened. You were here, and you just went down here, and they just said, "F you, we're not doing it." You know, Biden did this too. He did the same thing with Russia when he tried to sanction them, and then the ruble just went up in value, and he effectively destroyed the petrodollar. That was Biden. And now Trump's doing the same thing. So yeah, like he's not getting rid of the tax. Again, I know it's only been 100 days, but 4 years goes by like that. People think that this is, oh, he's got all this time, guys. He's got all this time. He does not have all this time. That's not, the midterms are coming up. Since he's playing by the rules, it seems. The midterms are coming up. He's going to get absolutely destroyed if he doesn't. Because I've been talking to boomers. That's another thing. I've been taking the litmus test. So-called conservative boomers in my state of Utah, talking about how like the tariffs are affecting their 401ks. So now they're reconsidering Trump. See, this is the society we're in. Trump tries to do a tariff thing which requires long-term suffering. Well, really medium-term suffering for long-term gain. These boomers are not able to suffer for more than 3 days, because I think that's how long it took for Trump to blink on the tariffs. I don't know. Just out of motivation. I do care. I really do care, but what can you do? What can you do? So I just make these videos. Hope you guys watch them. By the way, didn't say it during the video, but if you guys have watched this far, thank you for watching these. My name is Joey. This is the Jigsaw 0097 channel. Please kindly subscribe if you are enjoying this in any way. If you like the things I've been saying. You know, I'm getting into a rhythm again as well, so these videos will be a little bit less awkward. I don't know. Just nothing's being done as far as I can see it. He's doing nothing. It's just 2016 all over again. Remember Lock Her Up? Nobody remembers that. The moment he got in, oh, we're not doing that. We're not locking her up. The Epstein files, Pam Bondi. Like, what a joke that was. And yeah, we got to save Hollywood. It's the #1 concern. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nothing really new from Doge either. Just nothing happening. I just think that this was just they've hit a wall. They got to cross the Rubicon. He's not willing to do it. Societally, like I said, I'm a little more white-pilled societally. But the women are still, the woman thing is so dire. Like, I really think the millennial generation, like, we're just screwed. Our women are completely brainwashed. Like, the only way millennial men like me are going to get married is if we date younger. You know, hoping the Gen Zers. But I go out into the world. Like, I was in the Dollar Tree the other day, and there was this girl that she looked like she was like 24, 25. She had all the tattoos and the facial piercings, the weird hair. The only place that I see girls that are even worth looking at is at the gym, but those girls dress like such sluts that it's like I don't even want to approach them because, like, they'll be there with their boyfriends and they're basically wearing nothing. It's like, do you have any respect for your boyfriend? And then I look at the guys too. It's like, why do you let your girl dress like that in public? I don't get it. It's like no matter where you go in society now, you either just see hideous degeneracy or you just see pornographic outfits. There's like no in between anymore. Like when you actually see a girl wearing like a modest sundress, it's like a shock. The only time I see that is when I go to church, by the way, which is something I need to work on. I need to figure out my church situation because I'm not really going to the LDS churches anymore. I'm trying to look into other options, but it's just a mess, guys. Anyway, I'm rambling. Trump is a boomer. I really don't have any faith that he's going to do this. You guys can call me a hater. You can call me black-pilled, whatever. A lot of people are now getting on board with this, though. They're seeing the deportation numbers. They're realizing there's a lot of lollygag around. This is like the Game of Thrones. They're just in there playing with the courts, and they're going to get nothing done. Because the ultimate goal is the Democrats just want to stall Trump for 4 years so that he doesn't get rid of anything. He might get rid of like a couple 100,000, maybe 1 million immigrants. But then guess what? The Democrat gets in, and they just open the floodgates again, and nobody's going to stop it from happening. So we're going to easily see an invasion of 50+ million in the next decade. And then 2030, right? People think 2020 was bad. Well, 2030, that goes right around the next time that they need to pull off an event. And what's stopping them? Nobody. So, yeah. That's it, guys. It's not looking good. It's not looking good as far as I can tell, and if I'm wrong, you know, stay tuned. I'll make more videos, obviously, but like I said, thank you guys for watching. It's almost 30 minutes. I'm going to cut it here, but kindly subscribe to the video, like the video, comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and talk to y'all later.